Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine from Behind the Markets. Happy Wednesday. Today's the 23rd. Today, I want to talk about gold. Gold is signaling a warning to people, and they need to pay attention to this. And I'm riffing off the fact that yesterday gold hit another all-time high at 27.33 an ounce. Spot gold's up 30% this year. And Mohamed El-Erian, which is a thoughtful, serious man, and an economist, a very serious man. He wrote an article for the Financial Times, why the West should be paying more attention to gold's rise. And he is right. The rise of gold, when gold has shot up this far, this fast, it's always meant danger. It just means danger, okay? It is like a lion roaring. Imagine walking through a jungle at night, okay, and hearing a lion roar in the distance. Gold keeps rising, which means that roar is getting closer. So risks have gone up. This is like a canary in the coal mine. And you think about gold's rise before the 2000 dot-com crash. You think about gold rose like this before the real estate meltdown, Great Recession, and in other times. Gold has always been a store of value. Now, there are a couple of theories as to why this is happening. In other words, everybody who follows these things knows something bad is going to happen. But is it the lion or is it the gorilla, the silverback gorilla hanging behind the bushes there? Or is it like a T-Rex that's just over there? I'm mixing my metaphors here. We're going to Jurassic Park here. It's signaling something dangerous. Some of the theories are this, the most popular theories, and Mohamed El-Erian talks about this. His theory is the West, the Western countries, the US, UK, France, Europe, basically, Australia, Canada, should be very concerned because his theory is that it is signaling an end to the US-based dollar financial system, meaning that people are looking to use gold as an alternative. Now, this is something that we at Behind the Markets were the first to talk about a couple years back when we said that it makes sense after Joe Biden froze Russia's reserves upon invading Ukraine. It makes sense for countries like China to create an offshore currency to back that offshore currency with gold. So China and other central banks have been buying massive, I'm talking tons of gold this year alone, just absorbing this metal. If China or the BRICS countries, and they're meeting right now in Russia, and you know they're talking about, in Putin's words, a new world order. Those are his words. We know what they're going for. China, Russia, and Iran, North Korea, all those countries, they are what we call revisionist powers. They want to revise the world order. And it's always revisionist powers that start wars and try to change the financial system, the global system, in a way that suits them. So this is what Winston Churchill, what they used to call the great game. This is the great game, the great power competition between countries and blocks of countries. So the BRICS countries, specifically China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran, are trying to widen their alliance, bring in other countries like Indonesia, etc., in forming this kind of alternate form of trading in currency. And it is very likely, as we predicted a year and a half ago, that gold will be a big part of that, which is why China has been buying so much. That is what basically Mohamed El-Erian is saying, a version of that. Basically, that the West's, the United States dollar-based international financial system is at threat, is under attack. And gold is the canary in the coal mine. Now, gold is also historically, the rise of gold has been a canary in the coal mine for inflation, interest rates, etc. But gold is signaling a warning. It is saying to us that we are entering behind the surface. I know the market's been going up. I'm saying there's the game and then there's the game behind the game. I'm talking about the game behind the game, the inside baseball here. Gold is signaling a warning. And if it is signaling that the US-based dollar financial system that we have counted on and used to make us the richest country the world has ever seen, if that is what it is signaling, ladies and gentlemen, it would be worse for the United States than losing any war. Hear me now when I tell you this. If the world goes away, or if half of the world goes away from a US dollar-based financial system, we will immediately be 25% poorer than we are. Imagine everything you own gets cut by 25%. Having the dollar as the world's reserve currency has magical benefits for us. Most people don't even understand. Now, I know that I've been talking about this for a while. I also imagine some of you folks may be sick of hearing about it after all these years, a year and a half, 2 years. But look, somebody has to ring the bell. We're talking about the country we pass down to our children. And I feel as a parent, as a citizen, I'm the guy who has an American flag hanging out his house. So I feel it is my obligation. I'm 52 years old. If it's not my obligation to do it, to ring the bell on these mornings, whose obligation is it? It is my generation's obligation to talk about this kind of stuff, which is why I started making these videos in the first place and really putting myself out there. Anybody who knows me knows this is incredibly uncomfortable for me, but I decided to keep calm and buck up and do it. But anyway, that is on top of mind today. What is gold's stunning rise warning us about? Is it the lion roaring? Is it a T-Rex? Is it an ape? Any of those things are not good for us. Losing the dollar as the world's reserve currency is by far the worst. My God. We can handle a stock market crash. If gold's just running up because the stock market's about to crash, okay, fine. We'll deal with that. This is what we do. That's the scenario that I'm really a great operator in when markets crash. But I've never operated in a world where the dollar wasn't the world reserve currency, and neither have you. So we would have to throw out every playbook we have and introduce an entirely new playbook, which would take a long time to learn. Anyway, that's all I have today. Thanks for letting me rant. I apologize for the length of this rant, but this is just such an important issue, and not enough people understand it, let alone are talking about it.